Your monthly allowance arrives before you can walk. No job, no application, no interview, just a bank transfer every month for the rest of your life because of the name you were born into. Most people imagine this feels like winning a lottery once. It doesn't. It feels like breathing. You've never known anything else. Is that freedom? Or is that a cage with better furniture? Outsiders picture your life as one long highlight reel. Gold-plated everything. A different supercar for each day of the week. A yacht the size of a city block. Palaces with elevators just for the furniture. And sure, some of that is real somewhere for someone in your family. But you are not one person. You are one of an estimated 15,000 members of the House of Saud, and the vast majority of them will never own a yacht at all. Here's what almost nobody outside the family understands. Your wealth isn't a number in your bank account that you built. It's a stipend paid monthly by the government through an office literally named the Office of Decisions and Rules. Think of it as a royal welfare system, except the welfare comes from oil, and the family it supports is larger than some small cities. If you're a distant cousin, 4 or 5 generations removed from the founding king, your monthly payment might be a few $1,000s. Comfortable, unremarkable. If you're a direct son of the man who built this kingdom, that number can run past $200,000 a month. Same last name. Wildly different life. You grow up learning the math of proximity before you learn much else. How close is your branch to the center of the tree? Because that distance decides everything. Your school, your marriage prospects, whether people stand when you enter a room. There's no interview for status here, just genealogy. So what does a normal day actually look like? If you're a mid-tier royal, comfortable, but not untouchable, you wake in a home staffed by people who are not family, in a country where you are legally still bound by rules the average citizen answers to as well. Prayer times structure the day, business slows 5 times for it, and even you pause. Your morning includes calls, not to friends, but to family members checking positioning. Who got promoted? Who got a new ministry post? Who was seen with the crown prince this week and who wasn't? This isn't gossip. It's survival information, because power in this family shifts constantly, and proximity to power is the only currency more valuable than the stipend itself. Let's talk about the numbers, because the scale is almost impossible to hold in your head. The family's combined fortune is estimated at over $1.4 trillion. The country's sovereign wealth fund alone, the vehicle for the state's oil money, and now its future beyond oil, controls more than $1 trillion in assets. One member of your family, a cousin several branches over, built a personal fortune near $18 billion just through an investment company. Another member, the one who now runs the country in practice, oversees economic power that dwarfs entire nations' GDP, and yet thousands of your relatives will live comfortable, quiet, upper-middle-class lives and never appear in a headline. The pyramid is real. You are somewhere on it, and you know exactly where. Now here's the part the highlight reel never shows you. In November of 2017, more than 300 of your relatives, princes, ministers, businessmen, were rounded up in a single night. Not by police from outside the family, by the family itself. They were held, some for months, inside the Ritz Carlton Hotel in Riyadh, a 5-star building turned into a detention center overnight. One of the wealthiest men in the family sat in that hotel for over 80 days before agreeing to hand over a portion of his fortune in exchange for release. In total, the government recovered over $100 billion from these settlements. Reports later described physical mistreatment inside those walls. The message to every royal watching was simple. Your bloodline does not protect you anymore. Only your loyalty does. You live with that knowledge now, quietly, every day. The stipend that arrives every month is not just income. It's a leash you can feel but rarely see. Because the same government that pays you can also freeze what you have, question where it came from, and decide, without a public trial, whether you keep it. Wealth here isn't ownership in the way an outsider imagines ownership. It's access, granted for now, revocable by decree. What does that do to a mind, growing up inside it? You learn caution before you learn ambition. You watch who disappears from family gatherings and don't ask why out loud. You learn that closeness to power is intoxicating and also the single most dangerous place to stand, because the people closest to the throne are also the ones history shows get purged first when a new hand takes control. Trust becomes a calculated risk, not a feeling. Even inside your own family, at your own dinner table, you are reading the room for shifts in favor the way outsiders read weather. And yet, you also carry something else, a kind of quiet, permanent security that almost no one else on earth has. You will never wonder how you'll pay for medical care. Your children's education is arranged before they're born. Whatever anxiety visits you, it is not the anxiety of survival. It's the anxiety of position, of who's rising, of who's falling, of whether your branch of an enormous, thousand-limbed family tree is drifting closer to the center or further from it, one royal decree at a time. Every few years, a new king or crown prince reshapes the family's internal order entirely. Ministries change hands overnight. Entire branches of cousins lose access to posts they held for decades. You watch this happen to others and understand, without anyone saying it directly, that it could happen to you. So you keep your head down in public, keep your loyalty visible, and let the stipend keep arriving, month after month, a quiet reminder that you belong to something enormous, something that could crush you and something that will, more likely than not, simply keep paying you to exist inside it. Your monthly allowance arrives before you can walk. By the time you understand what it means, you've already learned the only rule that actually matters here. The money was never really yours. It was always the family's, and you were only ever borrowing your place inside it. Keep glowing and growing. Peace.